Comrades, how we doing today? I'm incredibly proud to see such a show of force to such a historical moment in the formation of an authentic communist movement in this country. What we have here is unprecedented. 10 years ago, I was involved with forming what would have become later the Infrared Collective. 10 years ago, we were just a small Marxist study group meeting on Skype every week, talking about Zizek and Lacan basically being theory cells, thinking we were entirely alone in our theoretical outlook. Clearly, we were wrong. Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined that we would be here today, bringing together hundreds of talented and self-sacrificing cadres embodying the same party spirit that animated hundreds of millions before us. Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined that we would all be here at this convention, ratifying the Constitution for what is assuredly the future organization of a fighting working class. So comrades, be proud of what you're creating today. This force of history incarnated in this moment, in this party, this is the achievement of all of you. Before I present our Constitution, I want to give a brief commemoration to the comrades in both our legal department and those outside of it who have helped contribute to the many iterations of this Constitution over the past few months. We have worked very hard to make this Constitution into a document that's optimized for the demands of our historical moment, which is truly at the vanguard of 21st century political organization, and which encapsulates the practical spirit of our party as a fighting weapon of the proletariat, not an ossified legal tone. I'm not going to read this Constitution verbatim. It's 19 pages. We want you to be energized for the future, not falling asleep. But I am going to read the preamble because it's moving, and then I'm going to summarize the spirit of the Constitution and its innovative nature. So without further ado, the preamble for the Constitution of the Communist Party. The American Communist Party is the fighting organization of the American working class, and within the country now governed by today's United States of America and Canada, it aspires to be the leading political force of the whole people. The party upholds and strives to deepen the American revolutionary tradition beginning in 1776 and for the construction of a sovereign and united republic by, for, and of the American people. Basing its outlook on the historical synthesis of Marxism-Leninism, the party endeavors towards a new synthesis of Marxism within the American context in an age characterized by the breakdown of the unipolar world and the emergence of a new mode of production. In an age where anticipating the future has become actual in large-scale information-based systems of planning, management, and control, the concrete context of class struggle is rediscovered in the battle for the future. The party therefore inscribes upon its banner its own immortal slogan: "The future belongs to the working class." The task of building the Communist Party in the American context, like the task of building an American state, depends upon the unification of its disparate elements. Towards that principal end, the party establishes this Constitution to formally outline the procedures and laws governing its unity. So that's the preamble. So for the summary of the Constitution, it's all available to you via QR code, but we're going to go through it in a very summarized form. Our Constitution recognizes one Communist Party within the territory currently occupied by the United States and Canada, exempting those colonies, territories, and lands occupied by the United States and Canada, which are legitimately contested by other nations. The unified tendency of Marxism-Leninism is the official outlook of our party. We recognize the historical contributions made within Marxism-Leninism as a historical and practical tradition and strive to synthesize Marxism-Leninism in the American context. Our Constitution outlines our party as the fighting organization of the American working class, and to this end, it departs from the rigid constitutionalism of formalistic bourgeois party constitutions. While bourgeois constitutions subject the will of the party to ossified legal procedures, our Constitution is a working body and the foundation for a communist party in the information age. This means that our Constitution incorporates within it blockchain technologies that open up a new frontier for the administration and management of the party's operational integrity. It allows for an unprecedented dynamism for our party politics and optimizes it to the tasks of the future. Our Constitution integrates a blockchain smart contract, a self-executing digital agreement that enforces rules and conditions without the need for bureaucratic intermediaries. This is to allow for maximal transparency, accountability, and alignment or disalignment of party chapters based on predetermined objective criteria, all recorded on a permanent public ledger. Our party is guided by the organizational principle of democratic centralism. Members have the right to strictly internal freedom of criticism and subjects members to unity of action in fulfilling objective criteria to fulfill concrete objectives. Party members are encouraged to participate in and submit theoretical or analytical work to official organs of party media, such as our journal, Red America. The party is comprised of the following bodies. The Executive Board, acting as the highest organ of power within the party, is tasked with executing the day-to-day tasks of the party and ensures the operational success and the unity of the party. The Politburo is deputized under the Executive Board and acts as an extension of its authority, working with it to make major decisions and executing specific tasks that are not otherwise carried out by the Executive Board. The Central Committee, comprised of one delegate from each chapter, has the power to democratically oversee that the Executive Board and its deputies in the Politburo fulfill their duties and their obligations to the party. The Executive Board is principally accountable to the Central Committee, and the Central Committee works with the party leadership to form, when possible, quantifiable goals for the party. The Central Committee will convene in the spring of next year. We want chapters to acquire the necessary experience that would allow it to constitute a working and effective Central Committee as a functioning democratic organ of accountability and decision-making that reflects the spirit of communistic organization. Party chapters are autonomously fulfilling the general aims of the party. Chapters will select leadership, ensure organizational coherence, and manage their own chapter membership. To the extent that chapters do not conflict with the goals established by party leadership, chapters have experimental autonomy regarding the establishment of democratic procedures, management, and control over chapter resources. The leading party bodies are governed by a non-interference principle, with the exception of extraordinary circumstances that demand the disruption of party leadership. All chapter social media accounts are cryptographically verified on the public blockchain ledger and are approved by party leadership. Chapters are encouraged to engage in community work projects that are keeping with the general principles of the party and the Constitution. Chapters will establish small businesses, cooperatives, and other business ventures with the intent of funding the chapter and the party. Chapters may apply for investment funding or seed capital for chapter enterprises. This is to ensure that the party pays for itself and remains strictly independent as an organ of working class power. The National Congress serves the purpose of evaluating and scrutinizing the performance of party leadership according to its fulfillment of objectively established criteria. It is vested with the power of amending and ratifying the party constitution and does this on the basis of majority vote. The National Congress will be convened within 2 years after the ratification of this constitution. It is comprised of the Central Committee and congressional delegates, the number of which will be determined on the basis of chapter size, geography, and performance. Comrades, I have laid before you the spirit of the Constitution that will bind our organization for the next 2 years. All those in favor of this Constitution say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. By clear majority, comrades, our Constitution is ratified.